Obviously, so many of us love podcasts. We love listening to celebrities chat and interview each other. If somebody pulls up your podcast and they start listening, what are they getting? What do they get to listen to?
Well, it's a great, conversation with someone that's very interesting. Most of my guests have been in pop culture or in like the restaurant industry. I want you to feel like you're a fly on the wall of like two friends having lunch together or dinner together, or you're the third chair at our table. Like, I really want you to feel like you're part of the dinner itself.
Right. I love that you're touching on that, because that's what kind of makes this unique is you're actually taking your guests to different restaurants and literally having dinner together. Can you kind of tell us about that component?
Yeah, it's a sound engineer's nightmare. Because we are having these discussions in restaurants that are operating. We try and keep the mouth sounds to a minimum. I think there's an aversion to that. But yeah, we have a meal together, and I just sort of feel like people really open up in a very unique way when you're having a meal with someone. It doesn't feel structured. It doesn't feel like an interview. It just feels like a conversation, and that always comes out around good food too.
Right. And I'm glad you kind of touched on the mouth sounds, because I was going to ask, like, is there an ASMR component to this? Like, are we going to hear the chomping and whatnot?
I hope not. It's not something I'm really into.
Is it kind of cool to be able to now add podcasting to your ever-growing resume?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always learning. I want to learn. I want to try new things. I love things that scare me. Having done Modern Family for 11 years, I was definitely enveloped in a deep security around that. I got to play this part that was very close to who I am, and there wasn't a lot of risk to that. It was a part I greatly enjoyed doing for those same reasons. It was easy to just sort of show up and do it. But I definitely look for opportunities to find work that scares me and stretches me and challenges me, and this certainly falls into that category.
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing, Jesse, because not only are you challenging yourself, but you're inspiring like so many people out there. I mean, I know for me growing up, like your character on Modern Family was one of the like really first like feminine people I had really seen on TV. And I feel like that's the same for so many people. Like, is it pretty incredible for you to realize like the impact you've had just with one character on TV so far?
Oh, it's incredibly meaningful to me. The country went through a big shift. We achieved marriage equality of over all 50 states during that time. Proposition 8 was overturned during Modern Family. I do feel like the show itself became this pop culture touchstone during that moment. And there's certainly a lot of good that I think came out of us being on television that helped move those conversations along. So it's incredibly meaningful for me that I got to play that role. I wish that there had been a show like Modern Family on when I was young growing up, because I didn't really have those people to look to as, aspirational characters. I wasn't able to turn on the TV and recognize myself in these people. So I love that I can be that for, generations to come now.
Definitely. Hey, it's safe to say that the Modern Family fans, oh my gosh, Jesse, like they are out there. They're always begging for a reunion. They're always asking for something, but you are doing this podcast. Like, will you be reuniting with any of your co-stars on this podcast?
Well, yes, Julie Bowen's my first guest. I love kicking it off with her. I do have another co-star confirmed in a few weeks. I don't want to say who it is. I want to keep it a surprise, but I would love to get the entire cast on, truly.